Okay, we are live on YouTube and Twitch TV. My name's George, and it's my best bud,
Jonathan. You guys can find him on JFPA and Discord, Twitch, Twitter, all that good stuff.
You got a Discord?
Discord, yep.
Oh, what'd you tell me that was?
That is it's like a chatting service for games.
How does it work?
You pretty much just download it and you can add friends. It's almost like Steam, sort of, but it's for people who don't use Steam and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Who don't like to use Steam and they rather just use that.
Well, let's run the intro. Okay, and we got our first article from the day, and it comes from Kim Commando. Did you ever listen to Kim Commando?
No.
Well, I don't know if she still has it. She still run a radio show. Every weekend, she'd just talk about tech.
Okay.
She's probably been doing that longer than you've been alive. But it starts out, yikes, targeted ads coming to your TV on Vizio, Sony, Samsung, and others. Now, if you buy, what this is, if you buy a smart TV, and let's say you watching your Netflix, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get ads. Not from Netflix. From your TV.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I hate ads. No one likes ads.
I mean, if you're watching your local radio news station, you know, your local TV station, it's going to have little banner ads that they're going to sell, and they're going to pop up on your, you know, towards the bottom on your TV. And it's like, you know, you pay for, you paid for this darn thing. And as long as they're going to serve you ads, because and this is, what it is all these manufacturers, they can't agree on anything. But they're going to agree to do this so that, you know, no matter what TV you buy, if it's a smart TV, which everything's heading to being smart,
yeah,
then they're going to serve you ads. And even if you subscribe to like Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime, whatever, that, you know, you don't get ads, they're going to have these little pop-ups that pop up on the screen, and it's going to be all of them.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. Because you can look at it at like one or two ways. I mean, you can look at it as you can accept it and just deal with it. Just like when people who don't pay the extra money to remove the ads from Hulu. So you can either, if you're already used to them, then it should be no biggie. But if I'm paying extra money to not have any ads, I shouldn't have any at all. And even when they advertise no ads, to pay this much more to remove ads, and they should honor that. Just like that's why a lot of people got Netflix, because they don't want ads. But now the companies are trying to find a way to put ads on Netflix, and a lot of people are happy about that. I'm not even happy about it because I pay too much money not to have ads, and then they're trying to throw it in my face anyway.
Didn't they just raise it like $1 or $2 or something like that?
Yeah, I used to pay. Well, years ago, I used to pay only like $7. And then that's just for the regular HD. And then when I got the Ultra HD for the 4K stuff, I paid I think like $11 or something like that. It was like 12.99 or something like that. Now it's up to I think what 15 like bucks now, $16 a month. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting out of control now. Even now, this is your TV serving these ads. It's not, you could be watching your Netflix. You're still going to get a pop-up ad, and that's not being served by Netflix. That's being served by your TV, and it's like ridiculous.
That is not right because, like I said, Netflix, the companies on Netflix are trying to get ads for Netflix, and then if you got your TV throwing ad at you, then you have your Netflix throwing ad at you. Like, then I don't want all this stuff in my face. That's why I pay this extra money not to deal with that.
And yeah, I totally agree. It's just they just find any way to shove an ad in your face. I mean, I get it if you're on something that's like a free service, like you're saying, Hulu, when you don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Or even
yeah, I mean,
or YouTube is an example. We don't pay for
yeah,
that.
like YouTube, it's free. I mean, you can pay. They have a thing now you pay for. I believe the thing is called YouTube Prime, or YouTube Premium or something like that, and they remove the ads. You don't have to have ads on your YouTube when you watch videos, but you have to pay extra. But who to say, a year or two down the road, you pay that extra, and then somehow they still squeeze, a few ads in there. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Whine, bitch, moan, and groan about it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna to stop anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't. They're going to do what they want. As a consumer, it's not right. That's what we paid extra money for, and this goes back to my theory about companies who's not looking in the best interest of their consumers, and that's when they're going to start losing. They're going to start losing people, and they're going to start losing money, and they just forget. Like, I don't know why every company do this. They get to a certain point, then they forget about the people that's actually paying for that service. Like, screw you, I don't care, whatever. We're going to do this and do that. We're not going to care about what you're paying for, or you paying extra to move this and that. It don't matter. You don't matter anymore. We already got enough money, so you help us get there, but we're just going to stomp on you.
And it's all about making we're not happy making hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars. We're not happy with that. We need to make more. So we're going to run ads and we'll all make more money.
I mean, we're not happy already being rich, so we're going to, get richer and make you more miserable, even though you help us get rich. That's not right. Exactly. Because they get to the point where if you lose a few hundred subscribers, if you will have $1 billion thing like Netflix, if you lose a few hundred subscribers, it's not going to do anything to your money at all. So, but if everyone like can get together and just all like drop and unsubscribe all the at the same time, they will see a big drop in their market, and then that will make a statement to say like, hey, we're not going to go for this. But unfortunately, there's no form or way that everyone will try to work together to do that, because we just accept shit. We never want to stand up for anything.
Well, unfortunately, that's what class action lawsuits are for. But you know what? It shouldn't have to come to that.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. We just shouldn't need laws that say, hey, you're already making money on the product. If you're going to give me the TV, okay, run the ads. But I guarantee
I mean,
you're not going to get a discount.
Like you remember years ago, even I remember years ago, probably not even years, probably decades ago, when Netflix first started. Like, there was like nothing, man. They had DVDs, and you had to wait forever to get your DVD. Netflix was nobody. Like, what was it? Blockbuster was the big thing back then. Netflix was just coming along, and then Blockbuster was still blowing everybody out. But now, since It's like you said. It's like you said over and over again about Intel and everything, about losing their competition or not having any competition. Netflix is getting to the point where they don't have any competition, so they're going to let these companies run those ads. TV market, they're getting to the point where they're not having any competition, so they're going to run their little stupid ads. They're going to do what they want because the competition market is getting lower and lower because people or companies are just giving up or falling for bankruptcy, and they're just non-existent anymore. So they're just going to do what they want.
Yep, and to hell with you. And
yep, because they don't have any competition. Same thing with around here, Spectrum. You know, they don't have a big cable provider to compete with. So that's why their service pretty much sucks most of the time. Their customer service sucks most of the time. Once in a blue moon, you get good service or you get a good customer service experience, but they can really do what they want because they have no competition.
Yeah, because Spectrum's the only one that you can get 100 megabit down, and I think I get like 10 megabit up, and that's there's no higher than that unless you go to business class, in which case if you think you're being bent over for residential, you really get bent over for business class.
I mean, if you live in like Niles, Warren, Holland, or any of those areas like near the Spectrum in Warren / Niles, wherever the Spectrum is on 422, if you live near there, they cover Warren, Niles, Holland. Mm-hmm. If you go to Mineral Ridge, they got somebody else that offers a little bit more bang for your buck, but that place doesn't cover, over here.
Yeah. And
so that goes into their range or radius that there's out of their range. So they're not their competition. So it sucks, man. Like, these companies are losing competition, and there's nothing we can do about it as consumers to even help like the companies we like to like try to stay on their feet to compete against these other companies because they're having better deals. Unfortunately, bankrupt happens or funds runs out or some kind of slip up, and there's nothing we can do about it. Even if we wanted to, even if me and you maybe we had like 1,000 people that's diehard to whoever company we want to stay alive, and we like donate it and like here and there, it wouldn't help. Just that little bit of 1,000 of people won't help.
Because you got, these guys are monopolies. I think you're talking about Armstrong.
They have, I think it's Armstrong, and Armstrong. Chris has it. He gets like 400s, and he pays almost same price I pay, and it's ridiculous. I'm getting ripped off while he's having great service, and I try to get him. They're like, oh, you're out of that range where we can't get you. Even though I'm so close to Mineral Ridge, I'm right on the borderline. They still couldn't do anything for me.
Well, yeah, because everybody's got their little monopoly. They got Spectrum's got this area, so you can't come in. And so Spectrum isn't going to go and step on their toes and go into their little area.
Yeah, and AT&T can only offer so much in like around these areas. Like AT&T can only offer, I think in Niles to certain areas, only like 5 megabits, and that's nothing.
Yeah,
and they can't go no higher than that, and it sucks because now Spectrum's just laughing at them. They ain't no competition. 5 megabits, nothing. We're just going to shove down on the table. You guys ain't doing anything. So they have no competition. They can do what they want.
Unfortunately, it is what it is. And the next article we got comes from the World News. It's a robot shark that eats plastic waste launched to tackle pollution. Now, this thing's pretty cool.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh at it. It's not funny, but I don't think it's going to help anything at all. Because people really don't care about pollution at all. They really don't care. I mean, when I was younger, and you might have watched this cartoon, George. even though it probably came out when he was a little older. Was or your son probably watched it. Captain Planet.
Yeah, my son watched it.
And that was a big message to pollution and everything, and do what we can to save the earth. And then like people just laughed at the cartoon at that time and like, oh, okay, it's great, cute little cartoon, it's pretty cool. Then now that message is like happening, and we're like, we just don't care. Like we didn't get the message then, so now it's just like we're screwing up now. So whatever, man.
Well, we got the message. It was just not, unfortunately, just drowned out by everything else. But that thing is really, really cool because if you saw it, it's not all that big. But what it does is it's steered by computer. It's guided by a computer, and it just skims across the top of the water. And as the plastic comes in, it gets shredded, and it goes along the sides of it.
Oh, okay.
But it shreds it. That's why they're calling it a shark. That's why they're calling it a shark.
That's pretty cool. Like I said, to me, it's a pretty cool concept, but I don't think enough people are going to come together to invest into it so we can have more of those. So it's kind of like, why even bother?
Well, it's actually the European government invested in it. Yeah, Great Britain invested in it. So it's the government doing it. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's autonomous. I mean, it is run by computer, marine robot. It was released in Devon Harbor in Great Britain, in an attempt to clear it of plastic waste. And it only gets the stuff that floats, that's on the surface, like the bottles, stuff like that.
Yeah, that just ain't gonna help anything, man. I mean, it's great, it's cool. It's still not gonna help anything at all. Because wherever that gets up, we're just gonna throw 10 times more in it. So it's irrelevant.
What a Debbie Downer you are. So this isn't really going to help you, this next article. ISP strikes deal with Vermont to suspend state net neutrality law. Vermont and ISPs agreed to delay the law until judges rule on FCC repeal. And what it is I mean, it actually isn't as bad as what the headline sounds. And that comes from Ars Technica. And what it is I think we talked about this. Vermont said, if you deal with the government, if you're an ISP and you deal with the government, then the way you treat us is the same way you must treat everyone else. And what it is since the FCC repealed net neutrality, it's gone to court now to see if that is something that they can actually do the way the law was written. So what it is, they're going to wait and see what happens with that court case before they move ahead with this law in Vermont. Because there's no sense in implementing this law when it's just the FCC is just going to reinstate it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like something else there's no point to do. What's the point, man? I really don't get it. And why even try and bother when someone's just going to overrule it anyway to not help anything at all?
Well, like I say, if the FCC loses their case, then net neutrality goes back into effect. And there's no sense in them having this when it's not that long that they're going to rule on the net neutrality. But moving on to the next article. So just be glad that you don't live in Russia.
Oh, I'm super glad. Too cold for me.
Russia blocks encrypted email provider Proton Mail. Is there really
Proton Mail?
Yeah, it's like Gmail, but it's called Proton Mail, and all it is an email service. And
okay.
But it's encrypted, so that like if I send you a message, nobody in between can find out what I'm telling you. So this is Russia, so of course they're just going to do, they don't care about your privacy at all. But then again, let's face it. I mean, Facebook pretty much, sells and gives away your information.
Yeah.
But this is in Russia, and they're like, well, you can't have we can't have these communications between people that the government can't oversee.
Yeah, sounds about right. Like they're getting like us. They hate when they can't be involved in something. Good old government hate when they can't be involved.
Well, I mean,
and it hurts their feelings. They're like big crybabies.
I can't see the text message you said. Oh, how do I know you're not planting a bomb?
Yeah, it's like the government is like you having that friend that y'all do everything together, and then all of a sudden you want to be independent. You want to start doing stuff by yourself. Then they want to start acting all crazy and weird and get all jealous and everything. Like, look, I'll be the part of it. Like, no, we're doing it this way. Then to the point where like they just don't want to be friends with you anymore, and they just want to try to take over your life and everything, just because they can't be a part of your everyday life anymore. And just big baby teenagers. That's pretty much what they are, because they can't be a part of everything. That's why they're trying to put technology on our phones and robots and bots to read our messages every time we send a text message, and all this. What else they're trying to do? Put stuff in. I think the street cameras, I believe is.
Oh yeah, for speeding.
They want to put stuff in street cameras. They want to use convenience store cameras to keep an eye on us and everything. They want to be involved in every single little thing we do, no matter what it is.
And what do you
or what it's about?
And what do you and I do once a week?
We stream.
Yep, we come over here and we just air our dirty laundry.
Yep. And y'all can have the footage if the government's watching. You can have it.
But no, they have to watch. Whatever. They have to watch now so that we get some views and all that good brouhaha.
Yeah, they don't care. They'll find a way to encrypt it and try to say we said something and whatever, some BS. Oh yeah, he said this part right here. I said something about this and that, and we're gonna go, give him a fine or something for it, or take him to jail. He said something about Trump. Let's go get him.
Who you kidding? You said something about you're a real American.
Yep. Lord be hope you put something on Twitter. Oh man, they monitor that constantly.
Well, it's not like the president isn't on there. I mean,
exactly. That's why they monitor it. I might go to his Twitter page and say something. Then I'll probably get in trouble, but whatever.
Yeah, you won't get in trouble. He'll just. There was a case, and I don't. We'll look into this. I'll look into this, and we'll get back with this next week. But I'm not sure where it's at this time. But there's if you put something on his Twitter that he doesn't like, he'll block you.
Oh, wow, you hurt my feelings.
Well, here's the thing. Because he is the president of the United States. That is in effect cutting off your voice to the government. Do you follow me?
Yeah, I get it.
So there's actually a lawsuit where they took him to court to say that he can't block people from his Twitter because he is the president and he uses it to, in his official capacity. Do you follow me? It'd be one thing,
yep.
It'd be one thing if he had the real Donald Trump, and then, that he'd be able to do whatever he wanted. But then if he had another one that was, the real president or whatever, And then that one, you wouldn't be able to block anyone. But because he only
Yeah.
has the one and uses the one, they take him to court because he's blocking people.
No, well, yeah, you can't be blocking people. You can't be a big baby because you don't want to hear people's opinions.
Oh no, it's us liberals that are snowflakes.
No, we don't want to. He don't want to hear anything we got to say. I'm just gonna block you. I don't got to hear it. I'm president. I don't need to hear it. Wah.
Well, there's a guy, and moving on to our next article here, who's probably saying "wah" at this point. Man arrested for selling Netflix and Spotify accounts. He allegedly made more than $200,000. And you said you had a Netflix?
Yeah, I have Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah, you better check on it. He might have sold it.
I've been checking on it. No one else has it besides me and my wife.
I mean, this guy's in Australia, but I mean, with the internet, everything's worldwide. So, where they're at or where they're from really isn't of much relevance in something like this.
Well, yeah, it all depends because Netflix is region restricted, so you got to be careful like where you want to give it to.
But let's see, police in
Because
Australia.
I want to get I wanted to watch like there's stuff that people watch in Japan that's on their Netflix account that we don't have.
You need a
And I did my research. I did my research for that, and I unless I have a what is it, a certain server or something like that.
VPN, virtual private network.
Yeah, if I have that, then I can do it. But
Yeah, that costs a little bit of money.
moolah,
Moolah.
yeah, it ain't worth it. Just watch a couple shows.
Well, it's I know, I get it. It is what it is, but it is a service, so I mean it makes sense that it's something you have to pay for. They're just not going to give it
Yeah,
to you.
I mean, Netflix should, and a lot of other companies should be able to, if we pay just a little bit more, maybe we can watch, certain shows Japan has, or a show that someone likes to watch in, like from Australia, or someone who lives in Australia who came to the U.S. and like watching a certain show here, and then they want to watch it there. We should be able to pay a little bit extra to like get that going.
And you know what? I totally agree. But here's the thing, in my opinion, it shouldn't be. There should not be a thing of region locked. I mean,
Yeah,
especially like if you want to watch Friends, we can watch that all day, all the ding dong day here. But if you're in Australia, oh well, it's only for the U.S. Well, why? Why would it only be for the U.S.? Don't
yeah, I totally agree.
you know? Open it up to Australia. What's it gonna hurt? To Britain or to the whole world, and that way.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. I mean, I think what the problem is, because I know Australia has certain restrictions on how we see certain shows, because certain things they do, and they don't, it's not appropriate to them, and stuff like that. I can understand that. Um, that's why I said, they should have an extra fee or something you can pay to get that service going. And the same thing with Japan. When it comes to the U.S., a lot of things Japan has, it's like they're not, it's like they don't really have a lot of restriction there, so they can do what they want. Then we get a hold of it, and then we see something that looks too overboard, because a lot of some people live in the U.S. just too soft, man, just too sentimental, and that can cause problems all over the place.
Well, then don't watch it. And I'm
No, no,
the,
no.
the thing that is really setting me off about all this stuff. If you don't like something, why are you watching it? I've had a lot of people say, if you go on YouTube, you find a lot of people every week, they do a review of Star Trek Discovery. And they have no problem tearing it up way down to shreds. How it's horrible and it's pointless and it's junk and it's not part of the Star Trek canon, blah, 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 blah. Then why are you watching it?
Yeah, if you don't like something, don't watch it,
why are you reviewing it every week? So you can get views. Well, you know what? Have something nice to say about it every once in a while. Because if you really don't like it that bad, STFU.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of shows and stuff out there I don't like. And you know what? I don't watch them. That's it. I just don't watch it.
Unless your wife says, "Honey, we're watching a love fest tonight."
I mean, there's stuff like that. I don't mind watching at all, especially with her. I don't mind watching. That don't bother me. Like, there's a lot of people who likes Supernatural, and I personally don't. I think it's stupid, but that's why I don't watch the show. I don't watch it at all. I'm damn sure not going to watch it just to do a review on it because I'm not going to waste my time.
Well, here was the thing, and because in my you know how you have your YouTube news feed, and I watched one video about a review of Star Trek, and like I said, this guy's tearing up way down the other, and I just watched one, right? And I didn't even watch it the whole way through. Next thing I know, I refresh the screen, there's 3 of them, and it's like, I only
because you watch one.
Because I watched one.
Yeah, it happens. It becomes a recommendation then after that.
And it's like, I watched, if I watch a video on how to put memory into a computer, that doesn't mean I want to watch 25 more videos of the same darn thing.
Exactly. That's the thing about YouTube. They have their recommendation system, and I don't think there's a way to cut it off either.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately there is, but what you have to do is say, not interested.
Oh, okay, I never thought of that.
And here's there's 2 things you could do. Ooh, excuse me. You hit not interested, and then it'll say, do you want to ask, it'll come back and it'll ask you, do you want to tell us why? Well, if you click on that, it'll give you like 4 different options, and I forget what they were. The first one is, I already watched it. I forget what the second one is. The third one is, I'm not interested in this content. And then the fourth one is, I'm not interested in this channel.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
that makes sense. I need to start doing that more. I should start doing that.
And here's the thing. I've been doing it for a little while, and to me, it's gotten better as to what it recommends to me and what it doesn't. But what was I watching? I watched not Review Tech. It was along the lines of Review Tech USA, where this guy reviews like older games, console games, and he does some unboxings and stuff like that. And I watched like a couple of his videos, and next thing you know, it blew up in my news feed. And it's like, the guy was nice and all that, but that doesn't mean I want everything that this guy's ever done flooding my news feed.
Yeah.
That's.
They should get better at it. I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, we're gonna rename this show. It's gonna be George and Jonathan Rants.
I mean, if you end up watching it, like twice, or something like that, then go ahead and recommend it.
Well, I would say like more than two. Like 5 or 6, not just like 2, or even one. I mean, and the thing is, if you watch one, then it'll start, banging up your feed with that.
Well, yeah. I mean, one, they shouldn't be doing that, but they definitely should get better at that. I mean, it does it too. When I watch a lot of different videos, I'll watch like one thing that I'm never going to watch again or whatever. I'll watch it once and just to figure out something or get an answer to something, and then, like you said, next time you go on, boom, it's right there in your face. A bunch of them.
Yeah. Well, I know you like Nvidia cards, graphics cards.
Yeah, I did.
Well, and do you remember when you had your last Nvidia card? It had this 3D. It was called 3D Vision.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, well, Nvidia will stop supporting. Okay, Yanni.
I'm sorry.
Nvidia will stop supporting 3D glasses in April. That was what that, like if you had a 3D monitor. That's what that did. It was a type of graphics driver program for displaying 3D either on a TV or if you had the glasses.
Yeah, I mean, probably a lot of people probably didn't get into it.
Well, go ahead.
It's a cool concept. The same thing with a lot of VR stuff now. VR, 3D, whatever. Like when what was the PlayStation VR first announced their stuff, everyone was hyped, man. Everyone was a big hype. Everyone was excited for it. And then what happens is, they'll have it, then they'll support it. They have some great stuff for it. Then they start dropping stuff. They start not putting out stuff that they was going to put out. They stop putting updates for it, or they start losing companies, developers, and everything else. And it's a lot of stuff out there that I had high hopes for, and then it just dropped very fast. It was on a high horse for a minute, then it just tumbled straight down. Same thing like the Oculus Rift. It was the hot ticket, then now it's just like, whatever.
Well, when I got this phone, the Samsung, there was a mail-in rebate that I got VR glasses, VR headset, and initially it was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. There was quite a lot of content with it, and there still is. But here's the thing, and VR, I'm sorry, my opinion, and I know there's people out there who's going to say, oh, no, you're full of bull, blah, blah. But to me, VR will never take off until you don't need this. Till you don't need, not glasses, until you don't need that big thing on your face.
Yeah. I'm waiting for where you can put, something on your head or something like that. Then it literally like transports you into like the video game or whatever.
Well, until it turns into a holodeck, it's not going to, start. I know you don't like Star Trek, but I think you know what I'm talking about, holodeck.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the holodeck thing, yeah.
Until it's like that, it's not going to take off.
Well, that's your opinion. My opinion is until they get some kind of device to actually transport your mind or conscious into the game, then they really take off.
Well, it's got to be something that isn't so like on your, because what happens with me is it sits hard on the bridge of my nose, and it makes it hard for me to breathe. And even when I pull it back, it slowly creeps forward because, of course, it's front heavy.
Yeah. I mean, if you had a device that like transports your consciousness into the game, you wouldn't even know you had a device on your head.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't think it would be something that you put on your head that would transport you. I think it's something that would be implanted in your head, and I'm not willing to go that darn far for a game.
I mean, there's tons of stuff out there. Like there's a anime Sword Art Online. You just put this thing on your head. You lay on this like special the special bed thing, or you just put the device on your head. You lay on it, lay on your bed, and then it transports your consciousness into the game. And your body just a stiffo until you take the thing off, and then you're back in the real world.
Yeah, unfortunately, there'd probably be a lot of, well, maybe it would be fortunate. There'd probably be a lot of people that would go into that thing and maybe never come out.
Yeah,
alive,
that would be a lot of health risks, because of course you have to come out because your body can't just sit there without its needs. And some people, like you said, will get too into it, like, hey, I love this and I'm just going to stay here, and the next thing you know, they actually die because they didn't get anything to eat or whatever. They might get something to eat in the game, but that's not doing nothing for your physical body, and that can be a issue, and I can see where it could come into problems.
Well, I did read some stories, and we could probably touch on this next week, but generally in the United States, everybody has a computer, so we don't have a need for internet cafes.
Oh yeah, good old internet cafes. Yeah, Japan's big for them.
Japan and
China, a lot of the Asian,
India.
Asian, what is it?
Yeah, Asian.
I don't want to say Asian. Asia. There we go. A lot of the Asia countries.
Continent.
Yeah, they have that those internet cafes, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Well, I can only imagine the money they bring in.
Well, and here's the thing. There's been a few people who've died in those places.
Yeah. I read stories. I read stories, or they didn't get up to stretch their legs or whatever, and can form a blood clot because you didn't get up for a certain amount of time because your blood got to flow. And if you're sitting in one position where you're blocking your blood flow, yeah, that it can happen. I read a lot of stories and stuff like that. It happens a lot.
Speaking of games, gets us off to the next article, and you might like this. Halo Master Chief Collection is coming to Steam.
Oh, man, I really. A lot of people gonna hate me for this. I'm not a huge fan of Halo anymore. To me, it's past due. I think it just needs to just RIP.
Well, it's been a while since I forget. I used to have I don't remember which one it was, and I used to really enjoy it.
I mean, Halo was good. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it when it was out. 1, 2, and all that, and when it was really a big deal every year, and every year or a few years there's releasing another one. I really enjoyed that, but now it's to the point where they overdid it. It was like thrown in your face so much that you just don't care for it anymore.
I think it's only 4 of them.
They over marketed it.
Yeah, it's the Combat Evolved, Halo 2, which is the first Halo.
Yeah.
Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST campaign.
Yeah.
And Halo 4. It's going to be on Steam and Windows Store.
Yeah, I really don't
care for it. The Microsoft Store.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't care for it. To me, when it was the hot thing, they overmarketed it. They kept trying to get more and more money. So they just kept paying for advertisements, paying for billboards and posters. They overdid it. It was just like too much crammed down your throat, and that's just my opinion. To me, especially when I worked at GameStop and we had Halo and stuff, it was just too much crammed down your throat. Even years now, like it's just they're still trying to cram it down there, but no one really cares for it no more, really. and that's their fault because they overdid it. They overmarketed it. Like a lot of things. Like movies. When you a movie, they want to all of a sudden make a sequel. Wow, that movie came out like 10 years ago. It's no point. When it came out, you overmarketed it. You did it. You crammed down everyone's throats. Now everyone forgot about it, and you just want to try to throw it in their face again and think we expect us to care for it like we did when it was the hot thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what's coming next. Google is going to start having a service, and I forget what it's called.
That gaming service?
Game streaming service.
Yeah, I saw that. I seen some previews for it. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. PlayStation has a streaming service on their thing. Xbox has a streaming service on their thing. I don't care for it. I don't care to pay for streaming service just to stream a few good games that I used to play or whatever. So hopefully Google can do it the right way, and we'll see.
Well, here's the thing: is the way this works is, you could play this thing on a thumbtack, as long as the thumbtack has an internet connection, because all the computations and everything is done by the servers, Google's or who's ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you never get the game on your system. So something happens and your internet goes down for whatever reason. Well, guess what? You're not playing your game. You're not even going to be able to play campaign or anything because it streams.
It's a streaming service, yep. And that's where, like I said, PlayStation has their thing with their PlayStation Now. They have that streaming service for you can play it on PlayStation 4 or PS3 where you stream, keyword, stream the games. Same thing with Xbox. They have a service where you stream a few games. So like George said, if you lose any connection, that's it. Cut off, game done.
And how does this work with games like Call of Duty?
Online, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the campaign, absolutely. Because in the campaign, it could say, okay, we know the latency between your house and our server is a second, so we're going to give you 2 seconds to hit the A button. And that's going to compensate for the latency. But how do you do that when you're talking about 20 people in a room, in a virtual area where, people have different speeds, different connection rates, and all that stuff? That's why you need to have the software on your system.
Yeah.
For stuff
to me, PlayStation, they still supporting it. I don't know why, because they're losing a lot of money with it because no one really cares for it. Same thing with Xbox. I think Xbox only still got theirs because PlayStation still got theirs. I don't know why they're constantly neck and neck. But they're losing a lot of money because no one really cares for it. And I'm curious to see if Google can do it the right way, or will they fall victim to the same kind of curse that Xbox and PlayStation fell for.
Probably will.
And I think I hope Wii U don't start that. I mean, not Wii U, the Nintendo Switch. I hope they don't try to start that crap with we're going to do a streaming service where you can play maybe like GameCube games or NES or whatever kind of Nintendo game that came out. You can stream it. I hope Switch don't fall for that curse. It never works. You can look at the other systems that, especially the top systems that's doing it now, it didn't go anywhere. It failed. So I'm hoping Nintendo is on a good rise right now. I mean, when they came out with the Wii and that, they marketed that thing so hard, it plummeted when it came out. It plummeted so bad because no one really cared for it. It was good for nursing homes and good for physical therapy and stuff like that. But it plummeted really bad. Same thing with the Wii U. They tried again with that, and it plummeted really bad. But they're really doing good with Switch, and I don't want them to fall for that curse and the Switch just plummet, and they lose a good thing that they got.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble.
Just to make a few more dollars.
Well, no, I hate to burst your bubble because what you're talking about, I did read a little bit about. I didn't think to put it in our agenda for tonight, but since we're talking about Microsoft and Nintendo, there's this article from VG247.com. If Microsoft and Nintendo do team up, what games would they partner on? So, and this is more than a rumor. They're actually, Microsoft and Nintendo are talking about doing partnerships.
Yes. And they already share the servers when it comes to like Fortnite or I think you can use for the new Apex Legends as well. They share servers for that, so I can play Fortnite with my brother who has an Xbox One. If I don't feel like playing my Xbox One, I can just turn on my computer and I can play with them as long as I have Windows or connected to their Microsoft Store, and that is a beautiful thing. And I really enjoy that because not everyone wants to get a console. You know, there are people who are huge PC gamers and they dump every dollar they have into their PC. And they shouldn't have to go out and to buy something they're not really going to use.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about dumping all your money into a computer.
Yeah, sure you don't. Let's do a price tag value. How about we do that?
The server that I posted today. The server I posted today.
Yeah.
That server cost me $70. It's 10
How
years,
much?
$70.
$70. Okay, but how much is everything you put in it? You don't want to go that route, huh?
Damn you. Actually,
yeah. Go ahead and just say, oh yeah, the server was only $70. What about everything else?
It's about actually I added up, and actually, I mean, the hard drives I bought, they don't necessarily have to be in that system. I could put
but you still put it in there.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, don't try to compensate for it now.
Okay,
let's go price tag with everything you actually have in there.
$600
that you felt that you had to put in there.
$600.
$600. That's just on the server alone.
Well, that's no, that's everything I put in there. That's
$600.
The server, memory, hard drives. I had to buy a new hard drive controller. It's called a RAID controller. Because I bought two 5 terabyte drives. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Here's what's really cool about these drives is you're familiar with the 3.5s.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
the big hard drives. These are 2.5. So the size of your SD card, okay, just double the height, but the same width, same depth, just double the height. That's it. And that's 5 terabytes.
Yeah, and that's just
that's small.
That's just everything in your server. How about your PC rig?
Well,
how much you got into that?
I got that pieces of parts, and I've got that all last year. That didn't count.
Okay, but how about your rig? Since you don't spend that much on PC stuff, George, since you don't know about dumping money into computers.
Let's see. Can you start a calculator?
No, I don't want to. I don't think anyone wants to. We can do that for the next stream. I would love to do that for the next stream. So as we start, I would love to pull up a calculator so everyone can see, and we just start adding this stuff up. Yeah, that'd be interesting. We're gonna do that for the next stream. We're gonna have a calculator up there. We're gonna have a calculator displayed. Hopefully, George can put it up there, and we're gonna punch every single thing in, and then we're gonna go there, so everyone can actually see you punch the number in. So no trying to get around it.
Well, like this is, I have these two are Xeon processors that were in that system, and I got newer ones, so I could sell these now. So that will reduce my cost.
Mm-hmm. When are you going to sell them? You can sell them.
Oh yeah, eBay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll still have it.
Probably.
But yeah, like I said, Nintendo and Microsoft, they're doing a great thing right now, and I really appreciate what they're doing. I really look forward to their partnership. But you know who's exiled himself from this partnership, right? Who don't want no part of this partnership at all.
Yeah. Sony.
And they've been trying constantly to get them on board. They've been writing them. They've been sending them different offers and everything to get them on board. And you know what Sony did?
They said they said Stufu.
They pretty much just said F you, no way, goodbye.
Yep. Because they're still competing like Sony, it's 2009.
Yeah, Xbox let it go. Nintendo let it go. There's no more console war. But they want to end the war. You know who don't want to end the war? Sony. They want to keep it going. I know there's a lot of diehard Sony fans out there. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy Sony as well. I enjoy Sony as the next person. I enjoy Xbox as the next person, but it's time to end it. You know, and when you have two of your competitors that want, you know, throw in the towel and make amends, why even keep fighting where you can come together and make as much or even more money than you were making? So, but they have one of the 7 deadly sins that keeping them from down. They have too much pride. Much pride. And it's a shame, man. It really is a shame, because I think all three together can do some damage. And I said this probably, I think it was like our first or second episode. Mm-hmm. If they all teamed up, they can be a deadly force. But dumb Sony, money hungry Sony. You know what? That's gonna be your new nickname, Sony. I'm sorry. That's gonna be your new nickname, money hungry Sony. But you know they want to keep everything to themselves. They want to try to keep. No, it's my money. You can't have it. You can't have no part of it. We're making this money. No, you can't touch it. They remind me of you like Lord of the Rings, George? Do you? Are you a Lord of the Rings fan?
I got a poster somewhere, but yeah.
Okay, they remind me of Golem.
My precious.
Yes, and the Sony is holding that ring, and they don't want to give it up, and they rather die than give it up. And that's, I'm sorry to compare you guys to Golem, but that's pretty much what it is. Well, and I don't know why you got to be so selfish. Yes, you did finally give up Crash Bandicoot for other developers to get their hands on it. Like I think it's on Switch now. You can get it on the Xbox now. Mm-hmm. Yay! Okay, you did something there, and now ever since then, you just want to hold everything else so tight that you don't want to let go. It's like if you let your guard down that one time, that everyone was just going to jump on you and try to take you out. And no, that's not what they're trying to do. You know, they want to end it. It's 2019. Well, they started this back in, I think, 2017. I think that's 2017, 2016 is when the idea first came up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to, and this before even Microsoft even had any kind of deal with Nintendo, because Nintendo was still dying. They didn't have they didn't have no console. They was trying to dig themselves out of the dirt. Nintendo was in the grave. And so Xbox were trying to talk to Sony to make this thing go. And of course, Sony, we'll think about it. We're open to it. Mm-hmm. The next minute, oh no, we never said that.
Yeah. Well, you know
Then
why?
the next minute, oh yeah, we're open to it. They're fucking stupid. And I'm sorry to say that. They're fucking stupid. And now, since Nintendo was up there, they offered it to Nintendo. And guess what? They took it. And they're doing great things with it. And while you guys are being hogs, I think if they keep it going, you guys are going to get left behind.
Well, here's the thing that irks me about all of this, because there is absolutely no reason, none, that platform needs to be part of the equation. What I mean by that is, if I make a game, whatever, and it's Hello 123,
Yeah.
and I write it for the PC, the PlayStation, the Switch, and the Xbox, I'm not permitted, right? I mean, right now, I'm not permitted to have it be cross-platform. In other words, if I'm on PC, I can't play with someone that's on an Xbox. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? And now we're at the point where they're spending the money to make the servers so we can play together. They're getting together. Nintendo, Microsoft, they're making these servers so we can play together. They're linking their servers, and we should have done this a long time ago. I mean, not a long time ago, because like I said, well, we couldn't because like Nintendo wasn't around. So they was around, but they were dead. So the only person they had was Sony. And the same thing. Sony didn't want to take the offer, but they were open to the idea.
Well,
but now, instead of just one company coming forward and having an offer, they're pretty much coming to them together. Like, hey, we're teamed up with Microsoft. We're doing some good things here. How about, you go ahead and jump on board, and we can all just, come together, make some games for the servers, so we can all have people play together. Sony's like, nope, that's okay. You guys can do that and see where it goes. But we're definitely open to the idea, though.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. And I'm sorry. Yeah, that should have been done. I know it was talked about a couple years ago, but I mean, this actually was talked about a long time ago. But they were always say, no.
And the thing is, like, I don't get why Nintendo and Sony can't work together. These are two Japanese companies, and they cannot work together. Like, why fight? You guys are from the same region. You origin from the same region, and you want to fight. And why? Why are you fighting among yourselves? Just because Nintendo make two cartoony games, you don't want nothing to do with that. Why? Why be so stuck up? Why not be open to the option where y'all can get together and make a decent game for everyone to play together? You can make a bombshell Call of Duty for all systems. Can you imagine the skyrocket rates that Call of Duty would get, or Activision or whoever owns it will get, because they can all play with their friends that have PlayStation or Xbox? The sales will skyrocket. You will make a lot more money, Sony, if you jump on board. But you don't want to do it. You want to make more. You want to make money, but you don't want other companies profiting from that money at all.
Yep.
Not one penny.
Well, you know why? It's because Sony, actually, the PlayStation is number one. There are more PlayStations out there than any of the others.
Yeah, I mean, this thing came out when they offered the thing before the Switch had Fortnite, and it was just Sony and Xbox. And Microsoft was like, hey, this game is booming up. They want to make some offers. We can make a server where you can link our servers so people can play together. Because let's do it. Sony was like, we'll think about it. In the meantime, no.
Yeah.
But and then because Sony thought about it, because they was like, okay, they were open to it, and then Microsoft thought they was gonna come close to a deal until Sony sat down and started thinking like, hold on, if they do a transaction, Microsoft can make a Microsoft transaction, and next thing you know, they can make money from that instead of buying it from us. They can buy it from Microsoft. So they was like, no, I don't like that idea. Microsoft making $1 or $2 from us. Nope. No way. Like, come on, guys. You have billions of dollars. So what if someone buys a package for $20 from their server or whatever? How much is really gonna hurt you? Literally, how much is it really hurting you?
Yeah, it's really not going to hurt. Like you say, if anything, it's going to improve things because, like, I could be on PC and you could be on a Switch, and we could play the same game together on the same servers.
Yeah, I'm sorry
same room,
that
or,
I'm sorry that a Microsoft transaction will take a pinch out of your billions of dollars.
And what Sony's going for?
Not even a pinch, a scratch out of your billions of dollars.
Well, here's the thing: is what Sony is going for is, they're still thinking like it's 2009, where we have the exclusive. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with the exclusive thing. That brings your diehard fans to whatever game to that platform. That's fine, but you got to be open to the fact where. There are some games that people want to play online. You can have your exclusive that's only one player. That's totally fine. You can have your exclusive. But when you try to have a multiplayer exclusive and you have Microsoft and Switch, like, okay, we have this multiplayer coming out. Let's go ahead and link our servers and we can have people play. Someone's like, no, we're gonna come out with the same game, but we're going to change the title a little bit and we're going to make it an exclusive.
Well, here's the thing too: is when you just don't have Sony. Sony goes out and puts out 2,000 servers throughout the United States. Well, instead of Sony putting out 2,000, they would only have to put out like 700. Nintendo would put out 700. And Microsoft would put out about 700.
Yeah,
you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. You don't have to. They don't have to push as much units as they do.
Right, and as long as it's a uniform server platform, then it's not going to no one's going to have an edge over someone else. In other words, like that server that I bought. And I upgraded. Okay, Dell can make 3,000 of those things, and it's all the same. It's all the same hardware. It's all the same specification. It's Sony gets this many, Microsoft gets this many, and Nintendo gets that many, and they're all the same. It's just the people. Yeah. The only difference is who paid so much on how many each one of them bought. And it should be the same. To be fair, everyone, if there's 2,100, then everybody buys 700 of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful thing coming together, man. When you come together, it's you can accomplish so much more instead of being by yourself. When you come together, you can do so much more and you can better the benefits for everyone. Yourself, your people who buy your product, your consumers. So you can, when you come together, you can do so much more. I mean, if Apple and Android came together, and
no.
I know. I'm just saying if they came together instead of having certain apps that you can only get on Apple or certain apps you can only get on Android, if they came together but not have their strict service. Not have their strict Apple server. I don't want no part of that. But if they came together, if Apple went as strict as they was, and as crazy as they are to their technology where you can't upgrade or nothing like that. Let's say if Apple was like Android where you can add stuff and they were pretty much similar. And they came together, they can be a bombshell. But I can understand Apple has their thing and Android has their thing. Apple don't want you to upgrade; they want you to use their cloud. That's fine, and that's understandable that they will never come together. But there is no reason at all Xbox, Microsoft, and PlayStation. I mean,
The consoles.
Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation cannot come together.
Yeah.
You guys almost technically already use the same service. So there's no reason you can't come together to do some good. And instead of just Nintendo Switch and Xbox, coming together, and these are your competitors, and since you're so-called the king on top of the hill, if you add yourself in there, it's not going to lower your standards at all. You're not going to lose fans like, oh, well, you joined, what up, with Xbox and Nintendo. Well, we're jumping ship. We're not getting nothing at all. People are always going to have want something to play. Or they're going to, oh, yeah, we're just going to jump to mobile games. No one's going to do that. You're not going to lose your millions of followers just for even having, maybe just jumping on board for one game. Just to try it out. Just one game. You can even jump on Fortnite right now with Xbox and Nintendo just to see how it is. Just to test the waters. And just to see how it goes. But you don't want to do that. You don't even want to take a chance at all to just try it. You don't even want to open a small percent of your server just to give it a shot. Because you're so big time and you want to keep trying to battle like it's gladiator days back in like George said in 2009.
Yeah,
those times are over, man. Times has changed, and people don't make as much money as they used to, so they can't put as much money as they wanted to in new consoles or the new games and all that. No one has money to buy every single console. So if you have, and Microsoft and Nintendo understands that, and they see that, no one has the money to go out and buy a PlayStation, then turn around and buy a Xbox, and then turn around and buy a PC. And the fact is, consoles like PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, they have a set price. They have a limit set price.
Yeah, they all do. Yeah, they've had that for years.
PC, man, can go to the thousands, and no one has the money to be doing that. Having an Xbox, having a Nintendo, so no one has the money to be doing all that. At the time, we're not self-made billionaires. We're not self-made millionaires. So they're being smart and saying, know what? People are right. No one has that kind of money to just be buying this console, that console. Let's just open a few top games, to multiplayer to the server so they can play together. So they don't have to go out and spend that, and we can make everyone happy. I can play with my friends. My friends don't have to drop their console just to jump on to my console. No one has to lose anything. You know how many friends I lost because they want to, jump ship to another console, and I can't play with them anymore and stuff like that because it's stupid, man. But
yeah,
like I said, Nintendo, Xbox, I hope you guys come together and make an exclusive game that everyone can play together just for Xbox and Nintendo and Windows. I really hope I know y'all were developing the game. I heard these in the process of developing the game for it. I hope it goes through. I hope it works well, and I hope you guys blow Sony out of the way with whatever you guys create. That way, hopefully, it will open their dumb eyes and see how much money that they can be making. Because if they come together and make an exclusive game for Xbox, Nintendo, Windows, that they can all cross-platform, exclusive to those three, I won't say console, but to those three things, platforms. Xbox, Nintendo, and Microsoft. They make it exclusive to them, but guess who's going to be left out? Sitting there rocking back and forth, in their straitjacket.
Yeah, but you know what you can offer?
Sony.
Yeah, but you can offer them, going on to our next article, you can offer them ice cream. E-Gadget.
Oh, here you go, guys. You just wipe the tears off.
E-Gadget SXSW 2019 isn't about films, politicians, designers, and social media founders. These are the gadgets to check out. Enter LG SnowWhite. Yeah, it's by LG. A concept machine designed to let you easily make ice cream at home. The SnowWhite is basically like a Keurig, featuring a pod-based system that allows you to choose the base and flavor and a variety of frozen desserts.
That sounds pretty good, though, actually.
Yeah, but you can bet those pods are going to be more, like, $2 a piece. Stupid.
Oh yeah, I doubt they won't be that much. They'll be a lot more. But it does sound like a concept. I look forward to seeing it because who don't really like ice cream?
Well, here's the thing: is my question on that is, we all know SnowWhite is owned by Disney, and it is a cartoon, but it's still a trademark name.
Yeah, until they make a movie of it.
Well, they haven't given up their. I don't know if it's trademark or if it's copyright, but I'm sure that they've, legally protected their intellectual property, and this is called SnowWhite. How are they getting away with that?
I'm pretty sure they won't for a while. Just let Disney get a whiff of it. There's going to be problems. You can't get away with anything from Disney, especially how big they are now. So I'm sorry if you guys end up getting a lawsuit and whatever. You most likely going to end up having to change the name if Disney does decide to, go for it, because you're not going to beat them. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're not going to beat them. They just bought Fox Cinematics. I mean Fox Central, or what was it? Fox Century. They
20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, 20th Century Fox. They just bought that. They bought Star Wars. They have Marvel. They're becoming an unstoppable force. So be aware. If they do come for that name, just give it up. Don't try to fight. Don't just give it up, please. Just give it up, because you're not going to win that. Just say, all right, you know what? We made a mistake. We call it Snowball or something. Just give it up, man. Don't fight, please, because you're not going to make it through. Because most likely, if you do want to fight, you're going to lose the name, then you're going to lose the product. So don't do it. You're going to lose a lot more than what you want. Just change the name, just drop it, and it's just a name.
But that is pretty cool, though. That it's like a Keurig machine, but it makes ice cream. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I want to see them. I want to see them progress. And I want to see them make it to the point where they can lower the price and stuff. I want to see it in action. So if Disney come for that name, don't fight. Stick around. Just let the name go and just make your money, man. Don't lose everything. Just try to protect the name that they had back into the 40s,
20s, maybe? 40s,
30s. Like, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it at all. If I was you and I was the owner of the company, and Disney's like, hey, if Disney even sent me an email, I would change the name immediately. I wouldn't even open the email. I'll change it immediately. I already know what it's about. I don't need to even open it. I'll contact them back. Hey, it's already done. They could be saying, "Oh, hey, good job."
Well, here's your luck, though: is that email would go to spam and you'd never see it. So Disney would just sue you. That would be your luck.
I mean, it would be my luck for them just saying, "Hey, good job. We like your concept." It'd be just my luck for them saying that. But if I see an email or something from Disney, if I was the owner, nope, all right, I'm changing it. They ain't got to worry about it. And you open it up. Oh yeah, we just want to congratulate you on your product. Well, I'm sorry, I just changed the name already. So I changed the name. I thought you guys were coming after me. Well, it's too late now.
I just read the most ridiculous thing on this article about the ice cream machine. Listen to this. Now I just hope LG adds some sort of smartphone integration in the future. Why? Because that would make my life even easier. Now, wait a minute. You have to get up It's just like a Keurig, dude. You're going to have to put a pod in it. If you have it ready to go, you're standing in front of it. Push the darn button.
Why do people just want to try to find another way to be lazy?
Oh, I want to do it on my phone. Well, you have to be standing in front of the stupid thing to be able to because you have to load it. Well, I'm assuming it takes ice, and then it takes the pod. So you're going to have to set it up.
I mean, why? I mean,
you're
it's not going to
push the darn button on it.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt to get up. It's not going to break your knees just to get up for like 5 minutes. It's really not going to hurt. I don't get it, man. Why we find a way to they always trying to find a lazy way out. We have enough lazy way out, and why even give us more? We don't need more. We can enjoy what we have and call it that. And why even cram it down there? We just be completely just lazy, just lazy people, and we just going to sit there and get like 600 pounds and don't want to do anything. Why even get to that point? You know, we have online shopping. Now, we don't have to go out and deal to the store and everything. We all benefit from online shopping. We don't have to deal with the chaos. No, that's lazy. We don't have to deal with that. That's fine. That's fine with me. Now, stores, they have what is it? What is that thing called? The pickup or whatever. They bring the stuff out to your vehicle. Certain stores.
Oh, the Target was the last one doing it.
Yeah, the drive up or something like that.
Yeah, you order your stuff online, through their app, and then I guess when you show up, I don't know if it's an automatic, or you have to hit a button, and it'll send them a notification letting them know you're there, and then they bring whatever it is out to you. Oh,
yes,
get up off your butt, go shop, whatever.
We have enough lazy technology, and I was shocked when these stores came up with it because Target has it, Giant Eagle has it, certain Giant Eagles.
Walmart. Did you say Walmart?
Walmart do have it now. McDonald's have it for crying out loud. Come on, man. Like,
yeah. Fortunately,
this is getting ridiculous. It really is.
Well, fortunately, you're not able to see what I was, or you didn't.
I saw you flashing your little smart house there.
Well, this is. And we did talk about this.
I mean, that's understandable. I can understand the one for your home because a lot of people, you might end up being in a rush that you end up leaving. Then you leave the lights on. That's more bills. That's shooting up. You can turn the lights off from your phone if you're at work or something. That's cool. Or someone open the door, you get an alert on your phone that someone's coming in. That's great. It's a great idea.
That's a lot of what it's for. Well,
but I'm pretty sure you're not going to go and order some stuff from Target and then sit there and wait for them to bring it out to your car.
No, I'm going to get off my lazy butt. I'm going to walk into the store, get what I need, and get the hell out. And,
what's next? We're gonna have someone play the game for us now. We're gonna have someone play the game for us next. You know what? How about for now on, yours for the next few weeks, we get someone to stream for us. We get somebody else to come up here and stream for us, and we take the credit for it. How about we do that?
Well,
we can do that. It sounds like a great lazy concept, Well, and they can even call themselves George and John. We can do that. Why not?
I like they both be, they'd be like a Russian and an Asian, and none of them speak English.
Matter. That don't matter. It's fine, because we're not doing anything. We're still getting credit for it. It's cool, and it's just lazy, man. It's too much. It's too much. We're becoming a lazy society. And it's going to be a lot of people's downfall.
Oh, you got that right.
A lot.
We've been at this for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Well, our longer stream was 2 hours, so that ain't nothing.
Well, it is. It's time to end this. And, yeah, I have to go to the restroom, so we got to end this for this week. Next week,
that's fine.
We'll go over what this thing cost me. But, you know, I didn't lay that out all at once. I spent it over little bits by bits. So, but we'll run your calculator, and we'll have more news and rants for you.
Of course, like always. Thank you guys for tuning in, like always.
And we will be on our, hopefully, should be on our same time schedule next week. And I'm George, and this is my best bud,
Jonathan. You guys can follow us on follow me on either FBA, Twitter, Discord. I got everything on my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel. You can find me either way. There's no avoiding me once you hit my channel. You can find me everywhere.
Yeah, because you'll stalk people.
Ah, shut up.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.